I found out over the years that volunteers are a little bit different from other people. They're a bit more concerned about other people and the world around us. Mott people are generally friendly, team workers who generate a happy atmosphere, and I love working with them. Brian and I joined Mott 15 years ago in 2008. But I've always been interested in the environment, because when you're in the fishing industry, you're naturally concerned about the health of the environment, and so you do everything you can to look after it. So we joined the Peel Preservation Group over 40 years ago when it was first formed, and we're still financial members of that. And then we joined the volunteer Mandurah Southern District's Bushfire Brigade, and we were active firefighters for 35 years then. But when we retired, we wanted to join something else, and Men of the Trees was the obvious choice. We thought the Fire Brigade and Men of the Trees would be compatible, because mostly the fires are in the summer and mostly tree plantings in the winter. But we soon learned that was not right, and soon Mott took over and we resigned from the Fire Brigade. Within a year of joining Mott, Alex Selly was the coordinator and he resigned. So a committee of 4 people were formed to fill his place, and that was Ray Quaife, was an expert on computers. Brian was chosen for his strength and energy, and of course he volunteered for it. And Peter Barr with his extensive knowledge of plants, and Alex as the ex-coordinator. So they had regular meetings and I just tagged along as Brian's assistant. But before long they voted me onto the committee, and Ray started passing on some of his work to me. So in late 2009 I bought my first computer and taught myself how to use it, and from then on it was Brian and I were the coordinators of Men of the Trees for the growing. So we did the coordinating job for 6 or 7 years and thought it was time to pass it on to someone else. So a new couple joined, Joe and Mal, and we taught them what they needed to know. And Joe did it for 2.5 years about, and then suddenly decided to finish. Well, that left Mott in a little bit of a mess, so no one knew what to do about it. So Brian and I temporarily decided we would help out, and so here we are 6 or so years later, still doing it. So in about the second year that we were growing coordinators, we started growing extra plants over what we needed for the orders so that we could sell them retail. So then we started going to the various markets around town, and we went to the car park market at the Forum for nearly a year, I think, mostly just Brian and myself. And we went to the Pinjarra Festival, the Fairbridge Festival, that was a mammoth 3-day event, the Pinjarra Garden Day, the Lake Clifton Fair, and all sorts of other small fetes and things like that. But when the Bovaird Bowling Club first started up their car boot sales 10 years ago, we started going regularly to their monthly sale, and that's still going on now. The Pinjarra Festival is our main event of the year. It's held for 2 days in early June. It takes a lot of organising with the plants we're going to take and the roster, but we get a lot of help with that, so that is very successful. We've been doing that now for 12 consecutive years. Even the years that Joe was coordinator, we still organised the Pinjarra Festival. The Pinjarra Festival is a wonderful opportunity to showcase the WA native plants to the general public. Pinjarra is just half an hour from Mandurah, so it's part of the Peel region. We probably sell about 1,500 plants each year, so over the 12 years that's 18,000 plants, which is a lot of plants that have gone into people's gardens. It also lets people know that we have a regular Sunday morning sale at our headquarters at the Port Bovard Bowling Club. And the interest in WA natives has just expanded so much over the years that it's wonderful to see them all getting into people's gardens. Over the years we have had about between 15 and 21 growers under our care. They're supplied with a reticulated table and an automatic timer to regulate the watering. They're provided also with trays, seeded seed trays and pots with seed in, and then as they germinate they're expected to prick out the required number of plants into pots if they're not already in pots, and look after them until they are required for the orders or for sale. I keep track of what the growers have, what species they have, what numbers, and work out whether we've got enough to fill the orders. And then when they're needed, I get the growers to deliver them and I assemble the orders, and then they're ready for delivery or pick up, however that's going to go. We grow a number of orders each year for the City of Mandurah, Murray Shire. Quite often we grow for the Peel Harvey Catchment Council and Greening Australia. And of course we take private orders from anyone who wants to order any reasonable number of plants. These orders are the backbone of what we do, and then of course we have all the retail sales on top of that. So our plants are going to a wide variety of areas and places, all within the Peel region, because Men of the Trees, the Peel branch, is well known and respected in this area. For years, Men of the Trees Peel branch had been looking for a new base where we had plenty of room, plenty of space and good security. And so when the opportunity came to move to the Port Bovard Recreation and Sporting Club, we thought that was a good opportunity. So that's been one of the highlights of the last 15 years, when we actually moved from the Winjan Centre in Mandurah out to the bowling club. It was a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of expense, but here we've got good security, an adequate amount of room, and it was a wonderful bonding experience for all the members because we did so much of the work ourselves. We constructed the outdoor shaded area, did earthworks and built a retaining wall, and built the lid for the soil bin, and organised tradespeople to do the brickwork and stuff like the paving and things like that. So that's been a really good time for Men of the Trees. Another highlight of my membership has been the many plantings I've been to. There's been a lot of them around the area. The Pinjarra Trotting Track, the Coolup Pony Club, the George Brook Reserve, Coodinop Foreshore and the Mandurah Country Club. Nell's Block, of course, was a big one that we planted year after year until a fire destroyed it. And there's been numerous other plantings which are really enjoyable and a lot of fun to go to. The future of Men of the Trees will hopefully see a lot more new members, younger generation people. I think it will happen because there's a lot more interest in the environment now. Young people are very concerned with where the health of the world is heading. The position of growing coordinator will possibly be filled by maybe a team of 5 or 6 people instead of all the responsibility being on the shoulders of 1 or 2 people. It'll spread the load, it'll work better for succession planning, and it seems like it would be a good way to go. Being a member of Men of the Trees is very important to me. They are an organisation who is held in high esteem by the general public and government bodies. There is the wonderful satisfaction of doing something good for the community that, with a great group of men and women who feel the same way. My life has been enriched by being a member of this group.